हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाये नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We will begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranashchakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarot अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेयोपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम्। We shall read the first a mantra of the 15th section. Prano va ashaya bhuyam yatha va ara nabho samarpita evam asmin prane sarvam samarpitam prana pranena yati prana pranam dadati pranaya dadati pranoha pita prano mata prano bhrata pranasvasa pranacharyah prano brahmanah. The teacher, Sanat Kumarji, revealed the various factors starting from Nam all the way to Asha. And he also indicated that this Asha is greater than all these other factors, and everything is tied down by the mesh or the net of Asha. But greater than Asha is Prana. Just as in a wheel, there are those spokes, and those spokes hold the rim of the wheel, and all the spokes are attached to the hub. So hub is the one which is sustaining the whole wheel. The movement of the wheel is possible because of the hub only. Similarly, everything is attached to prana and sustained by prana alone. So prana is indicated as greater than asha. Prano va ashaya bhuyam. Yatha va ara nabho samarpita evam asmin prane sarvam samarpitam. So just as everything is attached to the nadhi, the hub, similarly everything is attached to this prana. So we have seen this prana at a cosmic level, along with all the entire creation, with Ishvara alone expressing through this prana, is indicated as Hiranyagarbha, the first manifestation of Ishvara. So we have seen that there is only one supreme reality, that Brahma, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. And the Shakti of Brahma is called Avyakrita. And with this Shakti, Brahma itself is called Ishvara. And through this Shakti, Ishvara first manifest as Hiranyagarbha. So the para and apara prakriti of Ishvara are the upadhis of Hiranyagarbha. And through this, Ishvara alone manifest as Hiranyagarbha. And Hiranyagarbha further creates Vaishvanara, who then produces the entire world, the bodies of all the beings. So the entire creation is in Vaishvanara, and Vaishvanara himself is sustained by Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is the Atma of Vaishvanara. Ishvara is the Atma of Hiranyagarbha. And Brahma is the supreme Atma of all. So here in this Bhashya, Shankaracharya ji, he mentions that Hiranyagarbha is like the Sarvadhikari of Ishvara. Yascha Maharajasya iva Sarvadhikari Ishvarasya. Like a Maharaja, like a king has his own Sarvadhikari. Similarly, Ishvara has Hiranyagarbha as his Sarvadhikari, and everything is sustained by Hiranyagarbha. So not only the material world, but also the pranas are then sustained by Hiranyagarbha. So this is mentioned here. Shankaracharya ji not only quotes from Prashnopanishad, ki kasmin nu aham utkrantah utkranto bhavishyami kasmin va pratishtite pratishthasyami iti sa pranam ashrujata. That Ishvara thought that what is that which having left from this body, everything will leave, and if it is sustained, everything will be sustained, and that is prana. So he created prana. Again, Shankaracharya quotes from Kaushitaki Upanishad, Nabhav ara arpita evam eva eta bhutamatra prajñamatra su arpita prajñamatra prane arpita sa esha prana eva prajñatma. Just as in a wheel of a chariot, the rim is sustained by the spokes, and the spokes are held by the nabhi, the hub. Similarly, everything is held by the ultimately they are held by this prajñatma, that is Hiranyagarbha. Further, Shankaracharya ji writes, कि अत एव अस्मिन् प्राणे सर्वं यथोक्तं समर्पितं, that everything is sustained in this prana. Therefore, ata sa esha prana aparatantra pranena swashaktya eva yati na anyakrutam gamanadi kriyasu asya samarthyam iti arthaha. Therefore, everything is sustained by this prana. So prana is independent, and by its own power it functions. By its own power it functions. See, though that supreme, that Ishvara has got his Shakti called Avyakrita, in which both these aspects are there, the Apara and Para Prakriti. But the Para is superior, and Para sustains the Apara also. So everything is sustained by this Prana, which is the Shakti of that Ishvara. And Ishvara alone is expressing as Hiranyagarbha. So everything is sustained by Hiranyagarbha. So sarvam kriya karaka phala veda jatam prana eva na pranat bahihi bhutam asti iti prakaranataha. So everything in this world, all the activities, all that propels the activities, the result of activities, means our body, our mind, our senses, And whatever actions are performed by this, and the result one gains from through these actions, means this entire world is sustained in prana alone. Therefore, सर्वं क्रियाकारकफलभेदजातं प्राण एव न प्राणात् बहिः भूतम् अस्ति इति प्रकरणार्थः. So there is nothing apart from this prana. Everything is prana only, and this prana alone sustains everything. So if we look at ourselves, we have our own body, our mind, our intellect, our senses, and there is this prana which is sustaining this body, mind, intellect, everything. And the Supreme Brahma alone expresses in this prana as my own self, as myself. So in the waking, I experience my own existence. In dream also, I experience my own existence. In deep sleep also, I am present. This body, mind, senses, pranas are different factors which make up my personality. But I am subtler beyond them. So I experience myself in the waking, dream, deep sleep, and I am there present in the deep sleep, though at that time I am unaware of myself, I am unaware of this body, I am unaware of the world, because this awareness, this consciousness, this knowledge of the world and the body happens through the instrument of mind, intellect, senses. So they are not functioning in deep sleep, but I am present there. So that I is that Ishvara alone expressing in the prana as I. And when the pranas leave this body, the body gets disintegrated. So everything is that prana alone. Therefore, the teacher says prana pranam dadati. So if anything is given, if any interaction happens in this world, then the interaction is happening in prana itself, because prana alone is everything. So all interaction is happening in prana alone. So prana alone is giving. And yad dadati tad swatma bhutam eva. And whatever is given is also prana is giving as though himself. And one who is taking it is also prana. So yasmai dadati tad api pranaya eva. So prana is giving himself, and one who is receiving is also prana. So the whole world is a play of prana alone. Prana have pita. So prana alone is father. So when a son is giving something to the father, or the father is giving something to the son, it is prana alone is giving to prana. And what is being given is also prana. Outwardly, we might see the different forms, different names, different types of activities, but everything is prana alone. So prana alone is the father. Prano mata, prana alone is mother. Mother is prana alone. Though we see the body, we see the mind, we interact with the mother, we speak, we listen, We celebrate Mother's Day once a year. Then we don't interact with, some people don't interact with their mother, only remember her once a year. That is not proper. So when we interact with mother, we are interacting with the prana only. Prana alone is interacting with prana, because prana alone is mother. Prano bhrata, prana alone is bhrata, brother. Prana swasa, prana is sister. Prana acharya, when we meet our teacher, we see the body of the teacher, we interact with the teacher, we listen to the teacher. But who is the teacher? Teacher is the prana. Prana is the teacher. Other things are just outer coverings. And the teacher is speaking to whom? To prana only. And what is the teacher giving? Prana alone. So prana acharya, prano brahmana. Similarly, prana alone is brahmana, a brahmin of a brahmin varna. So there are these four varnas: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So Brahmin is also prana only. So all beings are prana alone. So prana alone is interacting with prana. See, there is this famous story there about Mahabharata. So terrible war was fought. A lot of people died. And finally few remained. Though the Pandavas won the war, but it was a very, very terrible war. But after the war was won, everyone started claiming that, oh, it was because of me only this war was won. So they wanted to really understand who played a crucial role in winning this war. Just like we have our elections, and then everyone start analyzing it, that because of whom we won this election, because of whom we lost this election. Every analysis is done by those experts, so-called experts. Similarly, here also people started claiming that because of them only this war was won. Then they said, who will do the nirnay? So they approached Barbaric, who was given the blessings by Bhagwan. His only head was there. He had offered, he's cut his head and offered it to Bhagwan Krishna before the war. But he wanted to see the whole Mahabharata war, so Bhagwan had given him Ashirvad, and his head was alive and could see the entire war. So when they approached Barbaric, they asked him, you please tell, because of whom this we could win this battle. Was it because of Arjuna? Was it because of Yudhishthira? Was it because of Bhima? Who was the one who really fought this war and won this battle? So Barik just smiled at them. He said, none of them, I saw them fighting. I saw only Krishna fighting from both the sides. Krishna alone was shooting the arrows And Krishna alone was receiving the arrows also from the other side. And I could see only Krishna, Krishna, Krishna alone, playing this whole game, playing this whole drama of this war. And then everyone realized that it is Krishna alone who is sustaining this whole world. So Krishna alone, who is Supreme Brahma, expressing through his own Shakti, Prana, and this Apara Prakriti, appearing like this whole world, play the whole drama of this world. Just as we see in our television also, like in the good old days, those televisions used to be there. So when you switch off the television, only one point of light will remain, and that also will disappear. So that one point of light moves with a tremendous speed to create the vision of all people and all the activities. It is just a play of one light. Or just like we take a agarbatti, lighted agarbatti in a dark room, and when we move it, you can see a line of light. If you move it in a circle, you can see a circle, a shining, luminous circle we can see. But when you stop moving, then you can see only one point. Similarly, this whole world is an expression of that Brahma. Brahma alone is Ishvara. Ishvara alone is Hiranyagarbha. Ishvara alone expresses as Hiranyagarbha. And the whole thing is play of this Hiranyagarbha alone, whose main Shakti is this Prana. So everything is this play of this Prana. So everyone is Prana. Prana alone is acting. Prana alone is father, mother, brother, sister, teacher. Everyone is Prana alone. So a person may have this question, कि कथम पित्र्यादि शब्दानां प्रसिद्धार्थो उत्सर्गेण प्राण विषयत्वम इति उच्यते. That how come the famous meaning of the word, of the name father, mother, brother, sister is removed, and it is said that it is there only prana. How to understand this? How to understand that my father, my mother is prana only? How to understand that I am prana alone? Sati prano pitrayadishu pitrayadi shabda prayogat tad utkrantau cha prayoga abhava. This we can understand that when the prana is there in the body, we call that person father, mother, brother, sister. But as soon as this prana leaves, then that is only called a body. It becomes just a body, whom we have interacted with as our father or a grandfather. But once the prana leaves that body, then what remains is just a body. Then it is not called father, mother, brother, sister. It is just called a body. See, just as we wear our dress, when we are wearing the dress, and if we see let us say a police officer is there who is wearing his uniform, When we look at him, we say he is a police officer. But when he removes that uniform and it is just hanging on the wall, then that uniform itself is not called police officer. So when we are calling a person a police officer, it is not the uniform, but the person behind. But here the teacher is going even at a subtler level, that even when we call a person a father, we are not calling the body as the father. We are not even calling the mind, the intellect as the father. What we are really calling the father is the prana. Prana alone is the person. How come? How to understand this? Katham tat iti aha. In the next mantra, the teacher, with an example, explains this. So let us chant mantra number 2. स यदि पितरं वा मातरं वा भ्रातरं वा स्वसारं वा आचार्यं वा ब्राह्मणं वा किञ्चित् भृशमिव प्रत्याह धिक्त्वास्तु इत्येव एनम् आहुः पितृहा वै त्वमसि मातृहा वै त्वमसि भ्रातृहा वै त्वमसि स्वश्रुहा वै त्वमसि आचार्यः वै त्वमसि ब्राह्मणः वै त्वमसि इति. The teacher gives example in this mantra as well as in the next mantra, that why prana alone is or all the beings are only called prana. Why father is called prana? He says, Sa yadi pitaram va mataram va bhrataram va swasaram va acharyam va brahmanam va kinchit bhrishamiva pratyah. Suppose a father is there, or mother is there, or brother is there, or a sister is there, or a acharya, teacher is there, or a brahmana is there. And if we utter some wrong words, if we say something disrespectful to them, or even if we use disrespectful language towards them, like are ture, not with adar, not with respect, but just use disrespectful words towards them, then those people who are around, who are wise people, who happen to see this and hear this, what this person is uttering, then they will say कि धिक्त्वास्तु धिगस्तु त्वाम इति एवं, that shame on you, what you are uttering, this disrespectful words towards your own father, towards your own mother. Shame on you. Dhikkar. They will have that. They will condemn this activity. They will condemn this type of behavior of this person. So the wise people, those who know what is dharma, when they hear someone speaking disrespectful towards their own elders, they will condemn this. They will say it's most shameful what you are doing. And they will also say, Pitruha vai tvam asi. That you are, by using such words, you are killing. You are killing your own father. You are the killer of your own mother, of your own brother, of your own sister, of your own acharya, of this brahmana. See, this is this about our culture, that the respect one should have for our elders, for our parents, for our brothers, sisters. And to be disrespectful is considered to be very, very bad. It is like almost killing them. We not only kill, a person is not only killed by some weapons, but also by bad words. If negative words are uttered, it also is like killing them. And this, the wise people around will say this, that you are the killer of your own father, mother, brother, sister, by uttering such words. But on the other hand, in the next mantra, the teacher says, let us chant mantra number 3, ki atha yadi api ena anukranta pranam shulena samasam vatishan dahed neva enam bruyuhu pitruha asiti na matruha asiti na bhratruha asiti na swasruha asiti na acharyaha asiti na brahmanaha asiti. On the other hand, if the pranas leave the body of our father, our mother, brother, sister, or the acharya or a brahmana, when the pranas leave the body, then the body alone is lying there. And then the last rites are done on the body. The cremation is done. So the body is placed on the firewoods, and the body is burnt. And sometimes to see that the body is burnt properly, with a long stick or something, the body is again put, if any limb or anything is coming out of that fire, then it is again pushed into the fire so that it burns properly. So yadyapi ena utkranta pranam shulena samasam vatishan dahet naiva enam bruyuhu. So with a shul or a long pole or a spear, the body is pushed and collected and pushed into the fire. When someone sees this, they don't say that na evam enam bruhu pitruha. See, they don't say that you are the killer of your father. You are pushing his body into the fire. You are the killer of your father, or you are the killer of your mother. Na matruha asi iti, na bhratruha asi. Nobody says that you are the killer of your brother. Na swasruha asi. They don't say you are the killer of your sister. Na acharya hasi. They don't say that you are the killer of your acharya or the killer of the brahmana. So this is a very, very striking example which is given here. So we have in our culture this when a person dies, the body is cremated and the various rituals are performed before the cremation, and and the family members only light the fire. The eldest son will light the fire, and if the body is starts burning, and if some limbs or something is sticking out, then with a with a pole he will put that into the fire. So seeing this, nobody will say that he is the killer of the the father or the mother, because the body is just treated then as a body only. It is just treated as a cloth or the dress. It is not treated as that person. Nobody treats the body as that person. Though when a person dies, immediately due to our emotions and all, we hold on to that body. We think that the person is the body, but then slowly we realize this is just a body which is left here. The person has left this body, and this understanding is there in us strongly. It is there in our culture. Therefore, we perform this cremation, and also we perform the various other ceremonies later on, like the shraddha, etc., are done, because we know that though the body is left here, the person is still there somewhere. The person is not died. The person is he continues to live in some other lokas or in some other body. And this we can see, we can only thing we are not, we don't keep this thing in our mind all the time. But even while we are living, we know that we are different from this body. What we are is different from the body, not only different from the body, but even different from the mind, the intellect, the senses. See, there is this physical body, then the karmendriyas are there, then the jnanendriyas are there along with the sense organs, and the pranas are there. These are the four factors which are there, and they are all different from each other. The body, the karmendriyas, the jnanendriyas, and the antakarana, and the pranas. And we can experience them, we can understand them as different from each other. When we are awake, then we can experience all four of them. But when we go to sleep and when we are dreaming, then our karmendriyas are not functioning. Karmendriyas are withdrawn into the mind. The jnanendriyas are also withdrawn into the mind. Pranas are there which are still functioning. And the mind also continues to function, and we see the dream. But when we are in deep sleep, the mind also gets withdrawn into the pranas. So, and the pranas are still functioning and keeping the body alive. But I am present. I am present in waking. Consider this as I. So I am present in waking. I am present when dreaming. I am present in deep sleep. I am always present. And these four factors are different from each other. They get left when death happens. The body is left. So body is different. When we are dreaming, our sense organs and the karmendriyas are withdrawn. So they are different. When we are in deep sleep, even the mind, the senses are withdrawn. They are also different. So these are four different factors. But I am different from all of them. I alone am expressing through them. So in these four factors, the pranas are very important. And when the pranas are there, we say the person is there. But the pranas leave the body, then we say the person has left the body. Even when a person is dying, the karmendriyas get withdrawn into the mind, and the mind also gets withdrawn into the pranas, and the person is no longer speaking or even not breathing. Then we just touch the body of that person, and if it is still warm, we say that he is still alive. But when the pranas also leave the body, then the body becomes cold. We say that he has died. So when we are interacting with a person, we are interacting with the prana only. Therefore, through Anvay Vyatireka, the importance of prana is indicated here. Shankaracharya ji, right? कि अथ एन अनि एन उत्क्रांत प्राणान् त्यक्त देहान् अथ यद्यपि शूलेन समासं समस्य व्यतिशन the head. So when the pranas leave the body and when the body is being burnt and the person with a spear or the long pole gathers the body and again pushes into the fire, nobody says that he is the killer of his father or a mother, etc. So tasmad anvaya व्यतिरेकाभ्याम अवगम्यत एतत् पित्र्यादि आख्यो अपि prana eva. Therefore, through anvaya vyatireka means when the pranas are there, we consider that person as our father. But when the pranas are not there, then that is just a body and not a father. So the pranas alone are father, mother, brother, sister. So the importance of prana is indicated in this mantra, that prana alone is expressing through all the bodies, and prana alone is expressing as this entire world. Therefore, now in the last mantra of this section, the teacher says, Prano he vaitani sarvani भवति स वा एष एवं पश्यन् एवं मन्वान एवं विजानन् अतिवादी भवति तं चेत् ब्रूयुः अतिवादी असीति अतिवादी अस्मीति ब्रूयान् अपन्नुवीत. The teacher says, Prano hi eva etani sarvani. Therefore, from all these examples, we understand that etani sarvani prana eva, that everything is prana alone. Everything is prana alone. Through this prana alone, Ishvara is expressing as Hiranyagarbha. Through the prana alone, Hiranyagarbha is sustaining this entire world, just like the wheel is sustained by the hub. The entire world is sustained by Hiranyagarbha. So prano hi eva etani sarvani bhavati sava esha evam pashyan evam manvanaha. So one who recognizes this, one who comes to realize this prana, means one who realizes that Hiranyagarbha, who is the self of all, one who realizes that Hiranyagarbha as one's own self, one who sees it, one who thinks about it, one who recognizes him. So Pashyan evam manvanaha evam vijanan, such a person ativadi bhavati, such a person becomes all knower. He becomes the knower of everything, which are the expressions of this prana. Just as knowing this prana, everything becomes known. So knowing the prana, he becomes the knower of all. He becomes ativadi. Ativadi means he knows, a knower of, when one thing is known, everything becomes known. Such a person is called ativadi. Knower of that one thing, having known which, everything becomes known. So he knows this prana. So through this knowledge of prana, he knows all the factors from nama all the way to asha. So he knows everything. Therefore, he has become ativadi. So ativadi bhavati tam veda tam chet bruyuhu ativadi asiti. If somebody asks him that, oh, you have become ativadi, then he should accept it. Yes, I am ativadi. I know all. Ativadi asmi iti bruyat. He should say that, yes, I am ativadi. Na apannovit. He should not hide it. So one who comes to understand this prana means one who recognizes that Hiranyagarbha as his own self, such a person becomes Tivadi. He knows the entire world. He knows the secret from all the way from Nama all the way to Asha. So he has become Ativadi. Shankaracharya ji, in his commentary also, he writes, Eva Pashyan tam vadanashilam ativadinam brahmadi stamba paryantasya hi jagatah prana atma ahamiti. Means one who comes to understand that right from Hiranyagarbha all the way to even a tiny little ant or a blade of grass, I alone am the Atma of all. I alone am the self of all. So one who understands this Jagatah Prana Atma Aham iti, Bruvanam yadi bruyuhu ativadi aham asiti. Then he becomes ativadi. So till here the teacher is talking about recognizing oneself as that Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is also called Karya Brahma, or is also called Sagun Brahma. Or here Bhagwan also calls him Sarvadikari. So one who recognizes oneself as that Hiranyagarbha, who is also called Prana, because Prana is the main expression of that Hiranyagarbha, and in that Prana alone, the entire world is sustained. So one who recognizes this Hiranyagarbha as one's own self, he becomes Ativadi, he becomes all knower. And if somebody asks him, oh, you are Ativadi, then he should agree to it. That yes, I am Ativadi. He should not hide it. So here, after listening to this teacher who revealed Prana as superior to Asha, and also after the teacher conveyed the importance of this Prana and how everything and everyone is Prana, and also the teacher conveyed that one who recognizes the Prana as the self becomes Ativadi. He knows everything which follows Prana, means Asha, Smara, Akash, etc. So after hearing this, Naradji was very satisfied, and Naradji did not ask like he had asked before that is there anything subtler than prana, just as when he had heard about other factors, always he used to ask that is there anything subtler than asha, is there anything subtler than smara, etc. He had asked. But after hearing that prana is superior to all, he did not ask, is there anything subtler than prana? Is there anything greater than prana? He did not ask. He assumed that prana alone is the ultimate. He assumed that having known prana, then there is nothing more to be known. There is nothing greater to be known. And this was a mistake which happened. Naradji, he got satisfied knowing this Apara Brahma, knowing this Hiranyagarbha itself, and he thought that this itself is the ultimate, and this itself is the Atma. No doubt it is the Atma, but he thought this is the ultimate. He had come with a request to his teacher that please teach me Atma Vidya. And teacher, starting from Nama, all the way he explained till Prana. And then he said, one who knows this Prana, he becomes Ativadi. One who knows this Prana as Atma, knows the Prana as Atman, knows Prana, which is Hiranyagarbha, as one's own self. Means one who comes to recognize that Sagun Brahma as one's own self, one who identifies with that Hiranyagarbha as one's own self. So Naradji is satisfied with this, but there is something greater and something subtler than Hiranyagarbha also. No doubt, recognizing oneself as Hiranyagarbha is a very, very big step, but that is not the ultimate. And since Naradji had kept quiet, thinking that there is nothing subtler, nothing superior, the teacher, out of compassion from his own side, then tells Naradji that this itself is not the ultimate, there is something more. So, what is more, what is superior, even to Hiranyagarbha, it will be now revealed from the following sections. So, these are very, very subtle sections because now the teacher will reveal that supreme Brahma, which is beyond all these names and forms. So, with respect to names and forms, Hiranyagarbha is the subtlest and the supreme, but superior to Hiranyagarbha, subtler than Hiranyagarbha is something more that the teacher will reveal in the following sections, and that we will see in our class on Wednesday. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and listen to the pravachan again, contemplate on it, think about it, because all these various Upanishads, though they all teach that Supreme Brahma, reveal that Supreme Brahma, but in different ways they reveal. And the more and more we study and contemplate, the teaching will become more clear and we will be able to abide in our Supreme Self. So take care and we will meet again on Wednesday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Siyavar Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.